Hit go live. Did that do it? Yeah, that's just a new pop-up. I've never seen that before. I actually, I think I need to do an update on OBS. Waiting for your stream to go live. Well, let's see. So we should be public.
Yeah, it's good. It's good now.
It's good. Okay, great. All right, let's see who pops in. Jesus, fuck. So ugly. Thank you. Just, I mean, have you looked at the bond chart? It's just fucking straight line.
I haven't actually.
Oh, it's
Me too.
It's brutal. All right, at some point, though, I heard some good commentary. Right, the idea will be at some point here. Stocks are going to look so good to the companies, right? They're going to start buying back their own stock.
Mm-hmm.
That may be what starts to give us a base. It's AT&T. Oh, wait, no, AT. What's up? James M. CN Salazar. What's up, guys? Appreciate you being here. AM. I got AT and AM. Hello from Kenya again. All right, that's so cool. You love technology. Although I don't remember loving it today. Your investments in technology are getting a spanking. It will be tech that will dig us out of the hole here, without any doubt, in my mind. Oh, let's see here. So Zoom is giving me all sorts of weird pop-ups here. What do we got? So there's, holy shit, we already got 30. Okay, let me hit my AC. You sticking around? Oh man, we got all the whole crowd's coming in. Well, yes, I don't know that I have a lot of answers today, right? I don't know. There's not much we can do here. Oh, let's see. Oh, well, there's a good pump. Okay, so we got 30 on. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So let me get rid of the disclaimer here. So looks like it's mostly all regs. Chain link, yeah, okay. All right, so I give this little intro just for our people that might find us online. Scrolling through live streams, what's going on. So, my apologies to those of you that know here, but for those of you that might be finding us for the first time, right? So what we do, a little bit unusual today, so I'm kind of off our typical format here. Normally we do all the charts by request. So we ask members to post the charts that they're interested in, and then we kind of take a look at it. And it's served as a great resource for trade setups because, of course, we can't see everything, right? So get the collective mind share of all these people looking for the same types of setups. And then we kind of look at them, and it's a good opportunity. We subscribe to the idea that if you want to learn something, teach it. So we're in many ways we're asking members to teach it back to us. So when we look at their charts, and it's not to be critical, it's just to look and say, okay, is there an alternate? Is there maybe a mistake here, or something we missed, or a way we could rethink it? So that's primarily what we're doing here. But it's a great way. So for anyone who's looking to improve on their technical skills, this is a format we think will get you the maximum benefit for your time and energy and resources invested. So with that said, first up here, I've got, now this is a new member. This is a new educational member, how do I say that? KYTT? KYTT. So I saw your first post here. I know you're new to us, KYTT. Can I say kite there? I think I'm going to say kite. So the idea is you post the chart, right? But we've kind of gone back and forth on this. So since you didn't have a chart and you're new to us, and I do see that you posted a Bitcoin chart down below. So no worries, but I thought we would look at this since I'm sure people are wondering here. Now, for those of you that saw the Bitcoin Friday video, I kind of went over this, but we did it through the NQ and not the ES, so we might as well take a look here at the ES. But this is going to be a count that you really have to work backwards with this. I don't know that there's going to be a lot of conviction until we get the next swing here. But let's just take a look here. So here's the daily. So obviously the first thing you see is from our 80% has been realized, right? So, you know, I show these not to be annoying and not say, looky, 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 right? But just to try and encourage you to say, oh, okay, well, if I get the corner, once I get the corner, you see, the reason that that's valuable to do is because probably the biggest challenge all of us have is getting out too early, right? Premature. There's a joke in there somewhere. But see, when you're up here, right? So even just to get to the 200, you think, oh shit, okay, we're to the 200. If you don't put that framing on it, you don't get this kind of juicy target. So then your emotions start to kick in, and you try and outthink the market. Oh well, the 200 and the POC. Well, you know, I don't know if it had been the POC there. Well, we can probably been pretty close to it. Oh, okay. Well, I better get out here. Right now, then the question becomes, right, for you as the trader, on the retrace, were you ready to go again? Or did you think, oh, good thing I got out? Right, so giving that target down here, at least, you know, whether you might take a partial here along the way, knowing that you have that target. So how do you do it? Well, the 80% odds has to be a factor there. So if you sell it here, you know, I mean, where else do you get those odds? That's a rhetorical question. Exactly nowhere. So it gives you that little bit of extra, okay, I'm taking a partial, but let's see if I can get, really what you're saying is, let's see if I can get the 80% to be realized. I mean, it is 80%. As opposed to saying, well, I'm gonna get out early. I'm gonna take my profit right here because I'm more inclined to trade the 20%. That's what you're saying right there. No, 80% is not going to hold. I am going to be smarter, right, than, what are the Enders doing that? 80 years of precedent. I'm smarter than the market here. I'm smarter than the geometry here. I'm smarter than all the algos because we know algos use this. I'm smarter than that. I'm going to get out early because I'm going to play the 20%, not the 80. Just a reminder here, I go on and on about the median lines, right? Because I'm trying to get people to never again have three pivots that don't get wrapped in a set of median lines. And it may not be the median lines that get it, but at least have that as so you've got a roadmap. So at least you can say, hey, do I get 80%? Do I? Now, of course, just to complete the idea here. Hang on. Sorry, allergies. And this is the core of every. This is you could really simplify technical analysis down to this, right? Every swing, when we get right there, what the decision we're making. This could be on a 1 minute chart. This could be a 100 tick chart. It could be a monthly chart. It doesn't matter, right? It's the same decision process we have to go through every time. What happens next? Do we retrace this way, or we're going down to take out the low, right? And it just becomes part of a bigger. Right? Did we just do it this way? That's it. That's the entire. That's technical analysis at its core. That's all we. That's the constant process. Is it a retrace that's going external, or are we just going down? That's it. It's as simple as that. There's no setup anywhere. Okay, maybe you get a triangle. You get something where you're doing. It's just going to get an apex here. But at its root, it's swing retrace. Now. What happens next, right? So it becomes what's happening right there. Now, why do I do that? Because just to be fair to the other side, right? And it's always, a little hindsight here. Let me hide this. Oh, let's get you off of here. Right, so before, hang on, get you out of there. Right, you had the same thing coming the other direction. If I can get this fucker on there. Okay. Right, so right here we had the same thing, right? So this is the crux of all technical analysis, right there. Did I not have my golden corner and my 80%? I did, right? Obviously I did, right? So how is this 80%? So why is this 80% any less valid than the other 80%? Well, it's not. Right, so here, that's the conundrum, right? Is it the swing retrace here going to a new low, or is it this one going to a new high? That's the conundrum. So the whole core of everything that we're doing comes down to what happens at the corner, right? So if you think, now here, right, we're on a daily, right? We obviously went through. So the first tell would have been, oh, well, we just broke the major algo, but okay, I know, I'm with you, right? We also broke it up here. So how do you make that distinction? Well, that there's no easy answer, right? And we're going to get it wrong often. So how do you deal with it, right? Well, it just becomes a matter of how much confluence can I stack at that moment right there. In the same way that I've got to do the same thing up here. Well, okay, so we can see what happened here. Oh, well, here's equal highs. We went up and ran the stops. Now, would you know at that moment in time that that's happening? No. But as we start to come back down, where is the trade really? Where's the trade? Right here, right? Because we're never trying to pick the turn. It's the retracements. That's all we're ever trying to do. Now, right there, is there something there to help you make that decision that it's not going to do that? That's the whole process down to its lowest common denominator. Swing, retrace. What next? Here. That's it, right? So everything that we're doing is trying to decide at that pivot, what else can I draw into here to give me some inclination here, just like you had the same problem here. What's there? What can I use to get me there? And then it becomes a matter of context. Okay, well, so you can kind of see this here, right? I mean, shit, I don't mean to get off on a rant here, but there's 3. Now you're coming back up 3. When you got right here, how do you know that that's not going to be another impulse? I mean, look, 1, 2, 3. Oh, shallow 4 at the 200. We don't overlap the 1. How do you know? You don't. Right? You don't know. No being the emphasis word. Nobody has any certainty there. Look, we're at the 200, at the POC. You had an impulse potentially going. How do you know? Well, you'd have been, well, for one, you'd have been looking something like that, right? So as soon as it doesn't make it here, and this is actually probably, oh shit, here I am I'm just kind of freeballing here, but once you got here and you fail, right? As soon as you break here, now just that alone, equal to or greater than, then pretty good odds you're going to go there. Okay, now I'm here. Does the golden zone hold, right? Does the algo hold? Nope, algo doesn't hold. Okay, now we're going to keep going. Okay, how about the 786? Is that going to hold? Because I would still have 80% odds here. How do you know, right? How do you know? Right, well, this is where I would tell you that the Elliott can be most helpful, is what's the context here? Because there would have been, here, let me get all that off of there. There would have been order blocks on both sides here. An order block is it's just repackaging, right? It's just, there's nothing new here. It's a different way to identify where the support and resistance is. But at the end of the day, it's support and resistance trading. So there's no magic to it. So with that said, you understand that there's going to be support and resistance being broken all the way down. So you can't just say, oh, well, here's the support. Look right here. Well, here's the strong low. Well, doesn't look like it was very strong today, does it? Right? And why is it still showing as the strong low? Because we don't have yet a close below it. Right? That's the only reason it's still there. I mean, we could pop up here, and odds of that seem pretty remote. That this, right? So at the end of the day here, at the close of the business today, if we're not above that low, then this becomes the strong high, and this becomes the weak low. Well, okay, again, back to context. Okay, could we be done? Well, God, I know I got to finish in a 5 somewhere. Well, I got the makings of a 5. Oh, okay, well, now I'm on a daily. Okay, so 5. Well, how would any signs of a low? Okay, well, at least we're not on the pivot low. So then it becomes, okay, well, if I look left, do I get any help from any prior structure? Is there anything there to help? Well, not particularly, but you can see all the little order blocks. So where's the next one? Again, it's just potentially an area where you might look, right? But you gotta kind of look at them and recognize the concept of inducement, right? So if they break this, they're going to the next. They break that. So which one are they going to use? Where's the major one? Where's the one that you would be most probable to expect to hold? Well, that's a long fucking way down. We going that low? Excuse me. All right, we going that low? Oh, God damn it. Come here. Well, let's see if we can build a case for it. Well, here we are at the 23 at a high volume node. Is that going to hold? Well, I can see a path to where it might. But, I mean, so then you look in here and you say, well, is the TA enough to turn it, right? Is that a strong enough pivot to turn it, just on the technicals? Well, it would have to be extreme. Oh, shit, here. Oh, I don't even need any indicators here. Everything's going to be pinned, right? Just everything's going to be pinned. But I think, and if you've done a little reading as well, just across markets and financial news, the general is pretty obvious here that until this thing stops going straight down, and there's the 10-year, right? It's just the invert, right? The yields, if you could just do it, you could do the yield, same thing, would be going straight up. And here, until that stops falling, nothing's going to change. This has to find a base. Now, could it be a base here? Well, maybe. Oh, let's pull that in here. Do you have much here? I mean, look how far and fast that's come, right? So you look at it and you say, oh, do I have anything to compare to? Not that I'm a big fan of comparative TA, putting 2013 on top of 2022. Personally, I find that to be a complete waste of time myself. But hey, Monty, it's doing that thing.
No, I just bought a paid subscription.
Oh, okay, it was
doing
something there. Okay, all right, it just popped up on my screen. I don't know if you guys saw that. All right, so if we think about corrections and how they end, does that look like the kind of spot where we might end? Well, you could. I mean, at the very least, you could just say, okay, well, maybe I'm okay. We know we're a little past 50. I am in log scale here, so this is a log scale 50.
I think you're still muted.
Oh, sorry. All right, so there we are at a log. Or now I'm at a log scale, so there we are at the. It's not a dramatic difference actually. So because of that, I'd keep it out of log, right? Log's kind of a pain in the ass, actually. But so looking at that, right? So this is what we have to look at and say, okay, does that look like we're done here? Again, look at the corrections. Look at the corrections. It really doesn't, right? So, what's the best case here for an Elliottician looking at this? There's almost no good case scenario here for this to be finishing. Jeez, I mean, to be as generous to the count as you possibly could, and just the time factor doesn't look right. Let's take a hit off the hopium pipe here. Maybe. Could it be, right? Because we could probably label that up, right? Some sort of 1, 2. Well, that's mighty skinny, right? Extension in the 5th. Could that be it? Let's take you down. Well, even if that was it, right? If we look at it, now granted, I am on a weekly here. But let's say we got lucky here, and you're going to start a retrace. If we start a retrace, does that look like we're going to go? Probably not, right? At this point in time, the problem with crypto is that we're at a 1.1 or pardon me 1.00 correlation. So they are moving lockstep with each other, right? Well, let me rephrase that. The NASDAQ is moving lockstep with the 10-year. Bitcoin is moving lockstep with the NASDAQ. So until this bases here and we get some stability here, there's going to be no stability in Bitcoin. So you look here and say, oh, shit, man, 118, could we be going down to 112? God, I remember trading it at 102. I mean, just the amount of time. So if this is a leading diag into a 5, I mean, it's hard to miss the 5, right? I mean, it's almost impossible to not see a 5 here, right? It's just virtually impossible. Okay, so maybe that's a 3. Does that look like that would be enough time? Well, shit, what are we talking about here? 20 years? We're going to correct 20 years in 2 years? Well, then you might do something like this and say, well, how long did this one take? Oh, Jesus, is that right? 2,275 days? And we're going to do it in a couple of months? So what is more probable? If this is an ABC, right, it's more probably, there's your W, or X, right? Could we be going that long? Well, nothing says it couldn't be. But until you start to see some attempt here, right, and we are at the spot where if we're going to get any kind of a technical bounce, well, this is where you'd expect it. But boy, I'm not going anywhere near until I see something come up a little. Give me a green stock, something. Oh, shit, I suppose we got a little baby one in there. At least out here on this level, you're going to need so you could just use the market structure, right? Give me a change of character, right? I mean, let's not be overly ambitious. How about just a change of character without a break of structure? right? I mean, this is in your face, right? Lower, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. I mean, just not. This section here is brutal. Oh, come here, right? So this has to break, right? There's 2 standard deviations. We got to get up, right? So one of these has got to break and then come back and be the support, right? So we can potentially get a flip, and then maybe we start that process here. But as it sits right now, this is not looking good for crypto, because crypto is not going to change until this changes. Okay, right? Maybe a little bit. Maybe the start of it. But this is for timing any sort of Bitcoin, or ETH might be on a slightly different schedule because they've got their upgrade coming. But with regards to Bitcoin, boy, I'm going to need to see at least a change of character and a higher low. So you could get a higher high here, right? But then we need the higher low. Now, do you want to take it there? Well, I wouldn't go heavy on size here, but then I got to get the higher high. Now we come back to some sort of support zone. Now that gets a little more interesting, but until then, oh man, you got to stand clear. Let the market lead the way. Let's not us try and pick the turn. Right? As you hear me say all the time, there's never, ever, ever a reason to try and pick the bottom. Right? You just don't need to. Right? If you're trying to do it, it's out of some ego need you have, right? You don't need to do it. Just like you didn't need to nail the top, right? This trade right there, which by the way, right? You see that holds, right? So we don't get a close above that, right? So just note here, it's still here because we did not get a close above, right? How about, did you need to pick the turn there? That looks like that's technical as well. So it looks like you probably got a 50 or a golden zone. It might have been a 50 from this pivot. All right, little reaction there, still going. Oh, God, could we be shaping up down here? Could we have this going in here? Maybe. Oh no, let's get you up a degree. Oh fuck me, come here. Look, maybe a little diag going down there where you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's just a lot of big rip here. So maybe we can go A, B, C. A little skinny on the 2. So what has to happen here? This has got to get up here, and we got to break one of these, right? So there's the swing high. You see, we got to break that. There's the change of character. Now we got to come back. Now we got to get a break of structure, right? Now when it comes back, then we go here. So until then, it's hurry up and wait, right? Which is frustrating. But you don't, unless you have a longer term plan with whether it be technology or crypto, where you can, oh shit, hang on. Never been a live stream. I didn't forget to turn that off. Until that happens, so we go over to Bitcoin, right? So it's just going to be doing the same thing right now. This is a big test for Bitcoin. So here, as we come into the last order block here that we've got, well, let's see. I actually don't like that name, order block, right? So let's call it the demand zone. As we come into this last demand zone, well, as we've been talking about, where are all the stops? Right now, here I've just taken the swing high to swing low. Or pardon me, I'm taking the high and just drawn it all the way across, right? So I've got as much of this as I can. I'm just looking for the low edge of value as we've just gone through it. Now it looks like we're going to tap this. So, well, what am I on? Coinbase here. So the anticipation here is if it's going to be a good reaction here and you're going to see some buyers step in, it needs to come out of here fast. Right, so that'd be one to be watching here. Let's see if I can. All right, you can find this one here. This is the daily. Oh, so that's from 30 to 29.2, right? As we approach, it looks like we're going to get there. Does that look like there's anything there you could lean into that might be looking like it's approaching a finish there? Well, let's if we're generous here, ABC, which might be, well, let's label it. All right, so likely there's your 1, 2. Boy, it's going to need to pop here, and that's going to need to be the retest. And this is being generous on the assumption that it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down. Oh, the one other thing that was, let's see where I've got it. Is here. There's this is ETH, right? Actually, ETH looks better to me than Bitcoin. As we approach down here, you've got this nice little pocket down here, right? We got that intersection. Oh, here, hang on a second. We'll get over there in a minute. Here it is. Heading towards this. What do we know? We have 80% odds of getting there. Right. So as we approach this, okay, think about what you're saying. If you're a buyer right there, right, you got to be careful there because you're basically saying that it's not going to get there. Getting there is 26. Well, you could kind of, that would be a pretty good, that's more than your typical sweep. If we're going to come down and hit 26 and go, well, it would completely, see, the problem is that there's nothing there but the median lines, right? There's no structure really. You're just in a big hole there. There's nothing on the right side because we went up so fast. So you got all sorts of gaps here of imbalance, right? So as it's going up here that are going to get tested. But this, since we didn't get it here, you really wanted to get it here. Since we're taking longer, right? It's projecting, right? The longer this takes, the worse actually, because it starts to project down to something like this, right? Which would be, now we're 20. Now you're back to this, you're tapping that high. Could be, right? I can just tell you it's not going to stop until that stops. Sadly, we don't have the lack of correlation that we all had hoped for here knowing that what was happening in the stock market, there was just no possible way that could sustain. It was just, gravity is real. You can't just no way that can sustain, right? It just couldn't, right? It can't go on forever. So when they pop it, the hope was, right, I think most in crypto thought that Bitcoin would be a place that people went. It's just trading like just another levered risk stock, sadly, right? I think everybody's disappointed with that. Now, does that change? Well, maybe, but right now, that's not the case. So we got to deal with the reality of now and not what we had hoped and what we hope. Now, as I said on Friday, there's nothing, I'm not levered. I don't panic here. Is my portfolio going down in value? Absolutely, just like anyone else who's a long-term hodler. But am I considering selling anything? Not even entered my mind, right? Not even a thought. They'll have to go to zero to get me out of Bitcoin. Now that's me, right? So that's not my financial advice to anyone else. Okay, let me go back to where I was, right? So we're here. Oh fuck, I think I had because KYTT was asking about the dollar as well. So this is about as striking an example as I can give you as to how dominant this algorithm is, right? So look, this has been tested over multiple years here, 17, 19, 22, right? So there's the golden zone, right? And don't lose track of what we're coming from. Right, this is how markets move, period. What did it do last? Now, they're threatening here, but they're not through. That's a 3-day, by the way, right? Just so you realize, right? As you've heard me say 1,000 times, we could be looking at a 3-second chart or a 3-day chart or a 3-month chart. It doesn't matter. Same algo, always there. Now, you look here and you go, oh, shit, looks like they're getting through. No, not yet. Right, just wicks. Just like a supply-demand zone, there's got to be a close above, right? They're trying, right? So that every time they weaken it until that breaks, right? So now you'd come back to this all the way back here and say, well, is there an Elliott count there? Is there? Well, it sure looks like that's a flat, doesn't it? That looks like, that's an unmistakable 5, right? And there's no argument there. Sure looks like a flat. So, but that's kind of, oh shit, we've looked at this 100 times. But let's put that in context, right? So right now, why would you assume that it's not corrective? Well, would you necessarily? I mean, this is, well, once again, right? You can't. There's no arguing here. This is one of those rare times where 10 out of 10 Elliotticians are going to give you the same 5, right? There's just no argument there. That's an impulse, right? This, oh shit, probably same thing, right? Right. I'd be surprised if there are any on this right now. Is that where we're going? 1, 2. Here's the clear impulse. Here's the flat. There's the pain in the ass of Elliott Wave right there. Is there a workaround there? There's really not, right? So you're kind of stuck here going, oh, well, it can't be an impulse. Annoying, I know it, but there you go, right? So if you're not doing that, I should do it down here as well, right? So there we are at the 50. So you're kind of fucked here, because that sure looks like a 5. I mean, it's just, at some degree, you know, there comes a point where you go, okay, well, listen, Elliott Wave's not perfect, right? The markets don't. It's not going to be perfect every time. So is this one of those cases here where we go up here and we end up with a 5? Well, there's no Elliottician who's going to label it that way, because it's not an impulse. This is an impulse. That's an impulse. I don't know what the fuck that is. You probably get an impulse out. Well, you'd have to turn that into a 3. That's probably an impulse. So what do you do here? I don't have an easy answer for you, other than I always defer to the algorithm first, right? Then geometry, then the Elliott count, right? So based on this here, unless we start to pull away from that, you'd have to assume, right, that the path of least resistance is higher to go get that target, right? So from this 50, so what would we have there? Oh, fuck. What would we have there? I don't have enough history, right? So this would have to be A, B, C going down here. And this is, God, that's going to be ugly to turn into a diag, but it's a diag nonetheless. God, is there any workaround here? Yeah, there is a workaround here. Let's look at it this way, right? So looking at that, you go, well, wait a minute, because I know James M has already done this. He's going, well, you're going to have to fix that, right? Because he's going to solve the puzzle the right way. We'd have to do it this way, James, I think. This is an impulse. How are we going to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got to make this the 4. No, we're going to have to complete it. How are we going to do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have to complete it here. So it actually requires a little relabeling there. Here's what I want to do. I want to finish the fucking thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2. Fuck. There's no way. I don't think there is a way around that. Well, let's see. If we do A, B, C, let's look at the alternate here. This is a bitch. James, I'm looking for help here. A, B, C there. W. Or we got, God damn, what's the alternate, right? We're going to do a diag here. And that's 1. That's a 5. There's no way around that as a 5. That's a 5. So you're kind of just stuck right here. You can't work around this. There's no working around this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's an impulse. You're stuck with it. So we can't put a 1 here, so you got to put a 1 here. So it's got to be A, B, C. So if we break here, what we'd likely start thinking WX, right? W, X, Y. Let's see another alternate, right? So this is your 3 into an X, right? So you get a flat into the X. That suggests higher prices, which would not be good for Bitcoin. I don't know. I might have to spend some more time with that. I don't see an easy solution there. And God, I think this hit as well, if I recall from the last time we did this. Was it here? Maybe it wasn't here. I could have sworn there was one in here. Oh, maybe it was on the way down here. No, it's not there. I had runners on it. I thought I remembered one off the low, but maybe not. Okay, so I don't think there's any answer here until so next, right, what happens here? Do we get a close above? if this is going to be WXY, I wish we had more data here. So ABC, 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 right? You're just getting a lot of ABC here. So the Elliott is question mark here as to whether it's providing any value. All right, we're going to have to just watch that. See if we get through with conviction, then likely you're starting to look here. Okay, is this a, that looks like there's a 5 in there. Or underway. 1, 2, well, it could be that. Could be that's the 3-4. This is a 3-day. Yeah, it looks like it. Well, it looks like a 4. That's not the best looking 3 though. Well, I guess you could do this would be the 4 of the 3. 1, 2, again with this consolidation. That you maybe pretty tight. Oh. Pretty overextended there. There's not a lot of answers here, right? Until we get another swing, this is hurry up and watch and wait and look for the next pivot, right? For some guidance here. I don't see a way out of that. If we start to retrace here, now you'd be thinking, okay, well, we got an A, B, and a C still to come, right? If this is going to be a Y, then this becomes the A, B, and we're going up for a C, right? Could the dollar go that high? Yeah, it could. That's a tough one. We need more info to label that. All right, I'm getting stuck here. Let me keep going there. Good suggestions, KYTT or Kite. All right, so we got the dollar and we got the S&P with a look at here. I don't think there's much to say other than watch the 10-year. Okay, James, he's given me Bitcoin and ETH. Let's see what he's thinking. Now that the triangle's gone, right? Triangle is now off the table. We got, so what do you get? Okay, so he's going with wave 2 on Bitcoin. All right. Uh-oh, I do that all the time. Okay, here you are. Open up. God damn it. What am I doing there? Oh, I know why. I got to copy it. Okay, so now if I'm here, and we're going to go Bitcoin on top. All right, what are you thinking? So you think the top was in, oh, no, let's see. Oh, so you're going with the white count here. So we topped. Well, we might. You know, an Elliottian that I respect had this as topped, and that we were going, that this, or pardon me, I think she had it as this way. I've mentioned her before. Laura over at Pure Elliott Wave, she's quite good. She's a true purist. She had this is us completing here, and this was a 1-2, right? So that's invalidated, right? So you know, counts get invalidated all the time. So if you're taking that one off, James, so now you're thinking that we topped here. So well, wait a second. I'm trying to read your stuff without reading. So okay, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of the 3. So am I right here that this would be at a higher degree, that you're thinking this? And is that right? So now you're working on the 4, but you're saying wave 2. James, where are you? See if I can follow your thinking. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you've got to be thinking that, right? Am I right there, or what if I got you wrong? Let's go to there. Where are you? Okay. Monty. Yeah,
I just messaged him to see if he's watching.
Yeah, this is oh fuck. 3, 4, 5. Oh, that, you know, why not? So, well, so the only difference here is my view has been that this was the 3 and we're working on the 4. So I'm not sure how different we are here.
All right, he was behind watching, so he's live now. Asking the question now.
Oh, Jan, I was just trying to your assumption here, it looks like per the way you've got it labeled that you're going 1, 2, we finished the 3 here rather than, well, let's see, is the difference between the way I've been seeing it, right, is that we finished the 3 here and we're working on the 4. Well, if we finish the 3 here, I didn't follow what you wrote. And we are falling for a wave 2. So if you're thinking wave 2 here, then I don't follow your count. 1, 2, 3, which I think perfectly valid, right? It certainly could be, right? You can turn that into a 5. And this would be WXY, but that still would suggest wave 4 to me, per the way you got it labeled here. So I don't, unless you're saying, oh, I think what you're saying is this. This is 4 and this is 5, right? And then we're going down for a wave 2, which would be pretty ugly, right? So now we're talking about 15,000. Well, here's what we're talking about, right? If it's going to follow traditional Elliott, right? We'd be coming down to 15 to 10. Where are you? James M. There you are, right? So I'm per the comment that you made. I don't think we are in a wave 4 anymore. My guess is that the top was actually the top and we are falling for wave 2. So per your comments, James, that's what I'm trying to extrapolate from what you posted here, which didn't have all the labels in. So it sounds like you're saying, okay, 5 is in. You know, where's the, oh fuck, I can't remember where I have it. I have it somewhere. Where are you? The Brave New Coin. Oh, I have it here. Where are you? Fuck, here, I'm not going to find it. Here, we'll go looking here in the middle of it. Is that right, James? I don't know how you see that blue count. That's not on my, oh, that's on your chart, man. Unless you got something, well, I'm sorry, James. I drew this in. I drew this 1, 2, 3, right? Because you actually didn't have anything in, right? You just had this. And then I just assumed, oh, well, if we finished here, because you didn't label this and this, I just assumed 1, 2, 3. That's not, if the high is the actual high and not a correction, I think we're going down for wave 2. So so then we'd, let's see. So we still have to label this, right? So this still has to be there, right? We got to call it something, right? So if you're saying that's the top, what? I don't see another way to count that. Well, let's here. Let me see if I can come up with it. All right. So 1, 2. Jesus. This is, what the fuck? How would we do that? So let's put these up here. So 3, 4, 5 are up here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and this is 1. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're thinking? 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that's interesting. Well, let's frame it up, see how it looks. So this would be the start of it. I think after the COVID dump could potentially be a wave 1. Okay. Oh, okay. Then so you're just on the lag. I know we have about a 30% lag here. So you're thinking 1, and this is the 2. Okay. Well, I could get on board with that a little more than the other, which is, I'm glad that's what you were thinking. Okay. So this is 1. This is a 2. So all of this would go up over here, and we'd be looking for something down in this range. And then if we're doing a WXY, that actually would fit, right? So we'd be thinking, okay, WX, okay, 127, 138, 161 down here. Well, it's, hard not to envision how that could start happening with this doing what it's doing, right? Let's get you off here, right? Until that turns around, well, there's signs of it. Maybe a little bounce today. Coming out of that zone, but again, this is just a fart in the wind until we get a change of character. Could very well be, right? So, where is this going to start to increase probabilities? What happens here, right? This is where all the stops are. So, do they run them and gun them, or are they just going to melt right through it? Right? There's going to be some reaction here. There will be. Now, it could be short-lived, right? There's nothing to hold it really here until you get here, right? And look at that, right? Is that going to hold it? How about that? That going to hold it? You don't have much till you get down here. Could be, James. You could be on the right track there. That it's just all that we're just done here. It actually doesn't. I have to put that up on the big one. But I think you could be on the right track here. But the bottom line here is there a trade here? Well, fuck, I don't. That certainly doesn't look like it. Certainly nothing on the long side, even remotely possible in my mind here. So 1, 2, using his. So this would be 1, 2, right? Not much doubt that that's impulsive. 3, 4, and we're coming down for a 5. That would just be the 3. All right, maybe. Right, nothing to do here. There's absolutely this nothing to do on the buy side until we get a reaction, right? So I mean, you could. I don't know that I would even trade this right here. Well, I would actually if it was right here at the 28K. There's probably going to be a good reaction, short-term trade there. But when we get back up to all the resistance here, that will be telling, right? Right? Can we get back in? Right, back in. Well, so think of it this way. Right? All of this sideways action is almost like an initial balance, right? This is going to be the range that's going to be the battleground, right? So if they break it down here, it's going to be a real fight to get back in, right? If they get on the other side of it, there's going to be a big effort. If you could think of it like, you know, we stare at the initial balance every day in the futures market because they are the most important levels on the board. So can they get back in? It'll be a fight. That's for sure between bulls and bears. Sideways for a year and 2 months. That won't give up easily, but certainly path of least resistance is down. Okay, so let's go look at Ethereum because I think that actually looks like the place to be. I was actually going to look at ETH versus Bitcoin. So if I was looking for longs anywhere, I think I'd be buying ETH and selling Bitcoin. We'll look at that in a sec. Okay, so now you're into, did you change your account here? Let's see, ETH. I don't think you did. Okay, so we're still going with this very wide expanding diag. Well, this you know, what's interesting here is we got in ETH what we were looking for in Bitcoin, right? So we got to the golden zone here. And if I'm not mistaken here, there's a perfect golden corner here as well. All right, so you start to put that together. There you go. Pretty good target. So this area has me kind of high volume node here. We've got a POC from this whole swing, right, as he's noted here, which is nicely done. The count here is we're not going to know until we get there, but you know, it's kind of a funky looking, you know, you'd want it as an ending, right? Ideally, right, again, Ellie, it's not perfect, right? You wouldn't want that to start, or pardon me, you wouldn't be looking for that to end anything. Leading diag would be starting something, and certainly it could be starting something. But right, so what are we at, 2 months, I think, from the ETH update here? We could go down this far. At some point, though, ETH is going to be very interesting, I think. A, B. He's trying to finish it down here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we stay with a flat. It's kind of an ugly flat. But it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing, right? With the exception of that. The little squirts we got here to new highs, it's just sideways, a giant consolidation. It's not going to give that up easily, right? So down here, what do we got? 1,500? Shit. You got to think buying, well, even here, right? Even anything under 2, I'd start. Now, this is me. This is not financial advice. If it's me here, I start buying right here, right? And I keep buying. Because, again, where's it going to be? Not next month, next year. How about 5 years from now? All right, good stuff, James. Oh, let me get that off of there. Okay, so next up, we're going to stay with James. Going to the old standby. I'm in here with you. Let's see what GRT is doing. Top left. So I got to make a copy here. Top left on a 12-hour. Well. Okay, so A, B, right? There's a clear 5, right? So we got every 5 has to be accounted for. Oh, let's pull back here. Oh, so we're going. So I've got all my history here. So A, B, C, W, A, B, C, X. That's all rock solid. A, B, C. We're looking for the Y. So it looks like you're right on track here. God, what's not to like here? This, well, unless you're long, but in terms of the TA here, the count here is spot on. Nice framing of the value area as we get outside of value. Seems this would not be something to bet against. Looks like that's where you're headed. Boy, that's bringing it all the way down from... I'll probably buy some more if we get down here. That's got to be what you're thinking. So, let's just take a peek here at some of these swing relationships, which I do, mainly just so you guys don't forget to do it. Okay, so, all right, we coming to the 100. We're coming down this far. So when you get down here, then you got to start looking. Then it does become like, good God, are we coming that low, right? Is the use case here for the graph legit, or was it all smoke and mirrors? I think it's pretty legit. I wouldn't have invested it if I didn't think it had that potential. So at some point down here, the stronger projects are going to be hard to resist, right? The opportunity, not for necessarily a trade, but for accumulation. Something you might buy and hold with a 3 to 5 year plan. Well, there's no doubt. Well, shit, I don't even remember. I don't know what the number is, number of cryptos we've got. I want to say 16,000, right? I mean, the failure rate's going to be easily 90%, but the strong projects with a use case are going to survive. I would be willing to bet this is one of them. Oh, let's see. Was this technical? I think it was. Yep, so there's first coming up. We're not, well, look here. So we are just now hitting first target. Right, from this retrace, right? There's the conundrum, right? This is all trading ever is. Retrace, what's happening? We going this way, we going that way. Right, same thing here, right? Swing, retrace. Now, where's the next retrace? Right, will there be enough evidence here to suggest that, oh, right, now is the time to sell it again because it's not done? All right, good stuff, James. Top hat, what are you thinking? BLX, nothing fancy, but if history repeats itself. Oh, Top Hat Panda taking the repeating history approach. All right. Some people love this, right? I got a few members, right? Every time I turn around, I got a new look at this compared to 1872. Let's see. Okay, so I've got, let's put this back over here. Brave new coin. Well, that's good. This is a good looking work. So what do we got here? Is that a Stoke RSI, right? So Stoke RSI, I figured it was. And then we've got the Elliott Wave Oscillator. Oh, that's a nice touch. So a little divergence here. Did we get that at the top? I think we did. Double top. So what's that level? 43. Interesting. All right, so this is nice work. Very nice work. So that drop here was 57, 56. Oh, what do we got here? That's on, this is the monthly. Well, the implication is here we've got more to go, but that's good. Nice spot here. Top hat that we might get. Well, I'm glad to see he wasn't laying over Bitcoin in 2013. He's talking about the way the RSI and the RSI are falling. So the implication here would be that we've got more to go until we get to the zero line. Let's just zoom in there a little bit. Is there anything here? Let's put our high on. A couple of ugly monthlies. Well, there it is, right? Swing and retrace. What do we do here? This way or this way? Well, that would put us down at 27 and change if that measured move gets its title or it gets its target, which kind of looks pretty similar. That's a pretty good fall there. And you had these big ones. It's 57. Oh shit, I don't know if I can match that. So it looks like that's his crescendo capitulation. And I don't think we have that much yet here. No, we don't. But if we put these two together, we're getting there. So we get to target, we're still not there. Second target, we're getting closer. Second target would be 21. Right? So, shit, we could be going there. All right, as he said, if history repeats, there's your capitulation, right? 50% down. That's a nice ad there, Top Hat Panda. That'd be interesting to watch. So this might be something to alert, right? Put an alert on that. If the RSI gets to that 43 level, I'd want to know about it. Something to think about. That's a nice ad there, Top Hat Panda. Thank you. All right, let me keep moving here and see what else we can come up with here. I think so much of this, there's not necessarily a trade here, but just looking for levels to be watching for. Oh, God, I thought he said edible chart. It says editable chart. Okay, so edible chart. I'm going to have to use that somewhere. Less history. So this is ZZ with Nano. Oh, I know he's in this one because we get this one a lot. Okay, so let's get copy. Ooh, look at that. That's kind of sexy. Nano coming down here. So AB 1, 2. Hard to argue with that. Do we get a close or is that just wick up here? Looks like we got a close above. Yep. Yeah, we did. So that said, well, if I was going to keep that on, I'd have the 786. All right, shit, I got to pull back out here. I got to look. Okay, so where are we? Okay, there we are. Oh, my guess is that's here, not necessarily relative to this, but oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, so let's take this up. Actually, we don't need that at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do we argue with that? We don't, right? That's a straight impulse. A, B, C. God, what's not to like here? Let's take a look here. Right in the pocket. Coming down. Well, there's his entry. Why did I not see this? Whew, this looks really sweet. Well, the only thing I would do, I don't know if you might be thinking this same way. I'd probably go down to a 60. That's too far for a front run, so I like your thinking. So I might not, it's kind of your call here. Is you want to average dollar cost average? If it's I mean, it's pretty good. That's a pretty good move here. Just start nibbling here. Well, so there's always the potential they front run it. If they don't front run it, let's get into the 50% of the zone, and maybe your last piece is down here because the risk to where your stop is here. Now, note here that you got your target there, so you might even have to give this a little cushion down here on the idea that they're going to go down and get that target. Oh fuck! Here, come back to the dollar or daily. That is swing high, swing low. Well, that's kind of a fucker right there. That makes it a little. It's like trying to. That's a difficult spot to be a buyer because you got to make a decision here, and this could just be an algo going to get a target. So I would buy maybe if whatever allocates to this here. I might buy 50% of it here, anticipating that it may well break here. So you're going to lose the buy side algo on the daily, but it won't take you long to get another one if we get that, right? So I might take only a portion of it in here just because of the technical level that we're at. But I would leave some powder dry here because if you get what you hope for, right, it could be a diag, but give me a 5 to come out of here and then give me that next little retrace. Now I can be more precise about, where, depending on where it pivots, right? Where does it pivot? Here, 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 or does it keep going? Now, if it keeps falling, well, then you probably rethink the trade. Well, in the context of if we break here and we're heading lower, then you're just looking for the same thing, just lower, right? So it's at some point here, it looks, I mean, the TA here is quite good. Right? It's nice. Impulse, correct. But really, it's the same thing what we talked about. Here's the swing, here's the retrace. Now, are we going this way or that way? Well, I mean, it's pretty good stacking of evidence here. Doesn't mean it will hold or that, market will do whatever it's going to do. But you sure have a lot of evidence here. that you've got the potential. That's all we get is potential, right? Possible, right? Could it hold here? Well, I mean, just think about how fast this went, right? So you think perhaps, right? That's the theory, right? That we're going to come back here. Could there be unfilled orders back from 21? Well, okay, could be. Could be. Are bulls going to defend here? Well, you'd anticipate that. It's a golden zone. You know there's going to be an algo that's going to fire there. Now, is it enough to carry? Look where their highs are, right? Is it enough to carry it there? But I love that he's got that as the target. It was sort of like we were talking about before. So what else would he have here? He'd have a golden corner, right? If he gets that, right? Golden corner, right? So he's going, he's suggesting, oh, we're going to well past the 80%. We're going to keep going up, and we're going to get that algo target. I wouldn't bet against that. But where's the decision matrix going to be? On the same side, right? Same thing coming back up, right? Let's say he gets the pivot. Oh fuck! Here, how would I do that? I gotta get that one out of there, right? So coming back up the other direction, he's got to get through that just to get to the median line. So that's interesting, right? So note here, he can't get to the median line. Well, there's a fist fight. He can't get there without breaking that golden zone. 1, 2, 3. Well, now if Nano's doing that, right? What's the rest of crypto doing, right? Its lows are in and it's game on. So that's you got to be careful about trying to outthink the market, right? So if you like the technical setup, I might take my size down a little bit here just because of the general malaise across the market. But you know, careful about saying, oh well, you know, everybody's bearish, so I'm not going to take that trade, right? Because everybody's bearish, that might be more the reason to take that trade because nobody else will, right? And at some point, you run out of sellers, all right? So you'll be uncomfortable there. But from a lot of years of doing this, the best trades are often where you're most uncomfortable. Okay, let me. That's great work, ZZ. Right, you've been kind of quiet lately, right? But thanks for bringing that one today. That's beautiful. God, can you script that any better? Holy shit! I mean, look how perfect this is, right? Just right into the low. Swing, retrace. That's all it ever does. Okay, let's keep going.
Hey, go up to the top.
Which one?
Looks like you missed starting with Grant, I think. Hang on.
Oh, where's CN? Oh, did I miss those guys? Oh, shit. Yeah, I did miss them. I went from your note. That's why I did that. Oh, okay. I missed a few.
Yeah, I had 2 of them. So
okay.
Go to the...
I missed. My bad. Okay, well, that's good. That's all right. So I got Grant F. Well, I know what I'm going to see here. Right? Quality TA with a harmonic. Be shocked if I don't. That's not the right one. I need car. So let me copy this. So I've got the right link, but I need the right asset. Stock. And we're doing Avis. There it is. There it is. Okay. Oh, this is kind of sexy. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Was that a Wall Street's bet short, fuck the shorts play? It looks like it. I don't remember them being in that group. But holy shit. I don't remember seeing that happen. Well, that's November of last year. Well, hard to argue with that 5. I mean, this is abnormal, that's for sure. So what are we doing here? The Elliott, we're trying to work an ABC. Okay, I got it. So we got a 5, right? So he's trying to play the into the B wave, right? Now potentially, right, to go back down. So he's looking to play the 3, right? Smart. Coming out of a technical pivot here. So note we are just, so we got a butterfly here. If I open that up, he does that. He knows I won't remember what it is. Thanks for that, Grant. So we're coming into a PRZ. Well, that's a pretty clean 5, right? So you see how the harmonics fit in so nicely with an Elliott count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, golden zone. Well, so the only thing that's not on here, which is just my reflex here, is the first thing I do is as soon as I see a golden, right, it has the potentially the right angle. Right, we'd have a golden corner now. So you'd have your 80%, right? You'd have now assuming, right, a big assumption, assuming we pivot here, right? You got your 80%. Right, depending on when we get there and what's the target, right? The next golden zone. Boy, that's a sweet trade. Now, I don't know anything about their financial circumstance. Right? It's never a bad idea to dig in. No, let's see. What are you trying to trade that? That's the pretty short-term trade, actually. Going out to the outside through the summer. Well, people are itching to travel, so that could play. All right, note here, which you almost don't see, like we'd be coming right into the lips of the Vegas wave. ABC coming down here, right? Very low risk. Nobody else is buying. Boy, hard not to like that. Same thing as always, right? You don't have to sit here with a limit order. Let some little reaction, see the reaction, right? You know the algo is going to fire here, so at least see it. See the little reaction. Now, can I, maybe on an hourly, can I get some 5? Could be an impulse, could be a diag. Can I get something here where I can come back to it, right? So I just get the change of character here, maybe a break of structure. Oh, getting a retrace, because this is all the market ever does, right? Are we going that way or are we going that way, right? So then we got your shot right there. Nice technical cluster. But don't just buy it just because it's there. Let the market show you. Grants are so easy, right? Because it's all so well done, right? Let's see, he's got one. There it is. All right, so we got 3 targets, clear risk reward, as I say all the time whenever he posts these. How many of these does he need, right? To offset all of these, right? And look at the red, right? It'd take a whole lot of those to, right? One of those offset a dozen of those. If you get here, right? So look what you're saying here. I'm going to risk a very small amount of money, and I've got 80% of odds working with me. And if it holds, right? That's always the caveat. If it holds, I got a buy side algo at my back. You're not going to get a better trade than that setup. Period. The only thing that might sweeten this a little bit is if you could get a really clean, 5 coming down there, right? And you had all of it, right? You had divergence on the 5th, and your RSI was starting to turn. Then you've got a massive cluster of confluence here, and then you enter the trade with 80% odds of getting to at least here, well, depending on when the angle. So you got to ask yourself, okay, so why would you not take that trade? Right? There's only one reason. Well, other than you don't trade equities or you don't have the capital available for it. But in terms of a technical setup, you're going to find a better one? You're going to find a better one than that? My guess is you're not. Okay, let me keep moving. Okay, CPT lunchbox. Oh, CPT. Oh, what is this? Yeah, I think I remember you posting this a bit. VET, I guess this hasn't gotten a look in a while. God, this used to be such a hot property. Oh, let me make a copy here. VeChain. Was it VeChain was the one that was going to... Ah, shit, I can't remember. Oh, this looks like nice work. Oh, so we got the Lazy Bear 50 envelope on. So it looks like... Oh, what are you doing there? A 20? You're doing a 20? Okay, all right. So we just got a little 20 EMA envelope there. Oh, this looks nice. Okay, so I've got a nice one. Oh, fuck. I always forget to take that off. Yeah, this looks as good as Nano, right? So alt season, boy, it's all set up to go. Oh, what are we doing here? So the assumption is, no, that we're going to do a WXY. So, okay, hang on a sec. You're going AB. Okay, so are you going with the lows in? Because I'm seeing. Oh, so are you giving me alternates? Well, so we got a good. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, so assuming this breaks, that's I got you. Okay, so this looks like you could turn this into into a zigzag, right? Right. So 5-3 working on a 5. Well, let's just take a look at it here. So did you get far enough here? It doesn't look like you did for a flat. Well, you didn't. So you'd have. So I might be thinking. Well, you could probably turn that into a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 could do it. But if this is going to go as a zigzag, you want this to be an ABC. So I might do it different. I might do a WXY. I think that's probably what you want here. So you could just take I would change it this way. Does this even matter? Yeah, because that's a lower low. So you got to do it this way. Y. Let's go menu a little brighter here. So so I'm back. I just see what I'm doing there. I'm backing into it. Okay, so it's just process of elimination. If this is going to be finish as a 3, I can't finish with a 3. I can finish with a 5 here, but it's got to be part of the bigger 3. So if I can't do a zigzag and have it be a 3. I got to go 5, 3, 5, right? So working backwards, I got to go Y to ABC into an X to ABC into the, no, fuck. Oh, I suppose you do it here. WXY is how you're going to have to do that. Right, swing, right, here it is, right, there's the whole ball game right there. It's all it ever does, right? Which side's going, right? Beautiful technical pivot right here, right into the God EMA and the 50. That's pretty. Oh, you'd have a corner here. You'd have a corner pocket. Let's just see if that gives us a target. I know he's got the channel on there. I can't really see in there. Okay, nice. So we got a channel and a set of median line. Oh, let me get that on the right pivot. Ooh, look at that confluence. I like your spot down here. Well, of course, we've got the structure up down here. You'd be at a 50. Oh, this is getting better and better the more I look at it. Okay, right, so I don't think we have to argue about what that is. Right to the 50. Is there anything else there? Well, I can probably bring this over. I mean, that's been important to the market. So what else can we do to stack our information here? I might do that. Just say, okay, on the way up. Oh, Jesus, that's terrible. Let's get. Oh fuck! Sometimes it takes me a minute to remember what I want here. 500. Oh, it's a little better. Well, here's the edge of value. Same thing, log always kind of fucks it up, right? But you're stuck with it. Prior resistance becomes the support. You're at a 50. You're at an intersection of a channel. You got a channel center line, and a median. Oh, I'd probably be looking here as well, just out of curiosity. What do we do there? So there's a break, so I would go to an ABC alternate pivot. So the assumption, so we got the corner here at the 100, retrace. Now if we're going down 127, 138, right? If it's not going to be the 100, that would be the second most common. You'd come right into that pocket. Now, do you sit there with a limit order? Probably not, right? Look for change of character, maybe a break of structure. Now you're on your way. So interesting, right? So the alts are suggesting that they're heading towards a technical low, an area where we could, right? It's always a possibility, see a low, which is in contrast to what we're seeing over here, unless that's going to pivot here, right where we are. That's a big toke of hopium right there that we're going to pivot there. But what's the market doing? Fuck, Bitcoin keeps going 31.5. It's not going to stop until this stops. But alt's kind of getting interesting, right? So that's a nice setup there, CPT. I think I'm with you. Assuming that this is about to break, right? And with Bitcoin falling, probably pull everything with it. There's going to be some interesting setups down here. You're also in the prior 3-4, right? Kind of down a degree. Coming into that, I like this a lot. V-chain, I'd also be thinking more long-term here, so I don't know that I'd be buying leverage here. I might just be good point to start accumulating. Leverage, you're trading it. Accumulating here, you're looking for longer term. Oh, shit. I mean, you probably just look at all of that. Now, let's take that at a log scale, just out of curiosity. Right back to where we accumulated. Then we get the rocket shot. All the way back down. That is not uncommon in crypto. All the way back down to reaccumulate. So are we going to start to reaccumulate here? Well, same kind of idea. If I was going to park money here, you got to anticipate you're going to park it for a while. So you want to put money there that you don't need, that's not threatened. But what kind of upside do you have, right? Just to get back to the breaking that pivot. Again, so there's a lot of assumption here about quality projects are going to survive, that over the next 3 to 5 years, broader markets are going to adapt, whether it's just the financial markets or just societal adaptation of crypto. I wouldn't bet against it, and I'm not, as a matter of fact. I'm betting very much that will be. To me, it's just evolution. Right? It's all that's happening, right? Technological evolution, right? So if you're going to buy it in here, CPT, don't lever it, but what a strategic buy that would be, because I think 5 years from now, you'll be really glad you did. CN Salazar, what do you got for me here? IBM? Okay, let's try that. I would definitely get this on an accumulation list. That's not a bad way to think of it, right? For alts, right? What do I want to accumulate if they hit some of these levels that we never thought we would see again? IBM, I would think differently a little bit about IBM. But let's take a look at the technicals. God, this used to be great trade. Great to trade options on this. Okay, so I've got a weekly. All right, what are you thinking, CN? Oh, just to free up chart space, I'm going to take that off. Okay, we are out of log. Let's go to log and see how we look here. Do we need to be in log? Well, we're going from 9 to 200. It is a pain in the ass to look at it in log. I think we're stuck with it. What did you give it? Did you give it to me in log? I can't remember. Did you give it to me in log? No, you didn't. Okay, so let's keep it at log then. Ooh, man, that's a monster B. Oh, why are you going with a B there? Because of that is why. All right, so you see the problem he's got. He's stuck here, right? Because it breaks that low, so you're stuck with that. I think he could actually be a triple. Since the start here looks more corrective than impulsive, could be too early to tell. We have the change of character. So do we? Yeah, I guess we do right in here. We get these. Right. All right, so it's lower, low, lower, low, right? All of a sudden, I don't get a lower low, right? I break some of that structure. So change of character, yes. Well, where do you start, right? So you start with, okay, what did the algo do last, right? Does it look like we could be done here? Well, that looks like looks like this is just another measured move, right? It is. Jesus Christ. Oh, God, right? I don't know. At this point, I don't even know how many times I've shown it. Got to be over 10,000 times. Starting with right where we started the day. So, did it get it? Did it get its 80%? Probably just a coincidence. How about the algo target? Coincidences happen all the time. All right, so coming off of that, what did we get? Looks like back to back. Oh, it's got a slight break on it, but not a close, right? So that's all wick, right? So still valid, right? As long as we don't have a close below it. Gets its target. Looks like they do it again. That looks like that gets a break, right? It looks like it's got to go back here. Might catch the 50 there, right? So there's the 50, right? So caught, right? So, right, that's something. If you don't know this, right? So for you always do swing to swing. Oh, there might have been another one there actually, until they break, and then you got to go back one, right? Because that's what the algo will do, right? So you got 1, 2, right? This one breaks. Right here, right where we have a close below it. So you go back a pivot, right? Because that's all the algo will do. It'll go back a pivot because all it sees, it doesn't give a shit about this swing. All it sees is swing high to swing low, 50. Right, there's the target. Okay, so what do we got here? Is this something you want to buy? Well, it's a choppy, it's trying. So could you be done here? Well, okay, I see what you're thinking. Boy, that's a monster B. We got to check that. Oh, let's see. So there's a limit there. You're good. I mean, Sensei Tunum tells me too, but 1618 is pushing it, retracing the A that far. Okay, well, I'll let Tuts, since he's my level 2 technician, he and Tony. That's a big B. A, B, C. Okay, so could we be in here in some stuff? God, it would be an impulse still. Boy, that's such an irregular shape. I'm not sure I would count it that way. I might try and figure out a way to get that to finish up here and put the 4 here. Just because the shape is so wonky here to go that far, and you can probably turn that into an impulse. Oh, that looks like it's A, B. Well, I might treat that a little bit differently here. But my first thought is that rather than go, shit, I don't even know where your 5 is there. Where is it? It's way the fuck up here. I can't even find it. Rather than go with something that abnormal, I'd try and find a way to finish it here, and just be looking at, well, what did we just do? Where's our low? Is this? Oh fuck! I forget. We're looking at all the way back to 1969. God, you aren't kidding. Well, okay. Well, first off, are we sure we got that right? We don't have a new low here. I guess we don't. Yeah, it looks like he checked it. Holy shit! Can that get any closer? Let's just get that on there. Whew. It looks like he checked it. Yeah, he did. All right. Can't get it much closer than that. To call that a 2? Holy fuck. Well, but then that's no wackier than calling that a B. Right? And look, it did hold. I still would want to call that the 5. I would still put the 5 there. So, okay, could we be done here? Well, then you're trying to get some sort of a... Oh, fuck, how are we doing that? Because that... Oh, let's see. All right, so not that your work's not good here. See, I would probably just try to accommodate this as the... Well, okay, so what I'm seeing here is this, right? A big 3. Really, at the end of the day, that's what you got there. Lots of complexity to it. But I'd probably just do it this way. A, B, C, or fuck, it's probably W, X, Y. All right, fuck, this doesn't matter, right? So it's corrective, right? We got a contender down here for a low. It's Jesus. We're talking about something technical, right? It's about as technical as they get over an IBM, right? It's probably nothing but algos in here. So is that the start on a 5? Well, you're going to need one more little leg, right? One more little leg, and you got your 1 going. I'd call that so I'd complete the 1 here. Call that your 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. One little bump here. What are we doing here? We're on a weekly. Well, this hasn't been beat up like the NASDAQ. So it's holding a little bit better. Let's go to the daily here. Could that be because nobody thinks of IBM as a technology stock anymore. Well, let's label it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shit. Almost, right? A, B, C. She's got one more to get there. You have your leading diag here. Almost damn near looks like you got it just through the channel. So if you get up here, you got your 1. Anticipate the 2 coming in. You know, something like this, right? So I always like to check the 4 in a diag, right, to give me more conviction in it. I got the fucking thing on backwards. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Okay, right. So if you can catch, right, where do we look for the 4 on the diag? At the 50, right? And there's your target, right? Look how nicely that tees up. We get one more little shot there. You got just a perfect leading diag. And you were just waiting for the 2 down here. Let's assume we get it. All right, where's the 2 down here? See, there's a great example. I've gone from weekly to daily, but you know the point is whether we were doing this on an hourly as we looked at a daily, right? Get that first 5, right? So then your conviction, your confidence level is through the roof. It's much more so than if you're trying to buy this one. Like, oh fuck, okay, I hope it holds. Here, I know I've got a hard trend change. Well, first here's change of character, then break of structure. Now I get a second break of structure, right? So trend is up. Okay, now I'm going to get a change of character here to come down to it. Okay, I'm interested down here.
He's got a second chart on there too. If you look at it, he's got, I guess, 2 of them on there that he wanted you to look at.
Okay, I will. Hang on a sec. I'm going to see if there's any geometry here. So this is on CN Salazar, IBM, and it must be.
Yeah, it's just got 2 charts.
Oh, I
on
got
it.
it.
So
I got it.
just,
I got it. Okay,
yeah.
so he's giving me a different count. Oh, I got it. Okay, so here's the count that I was gravitating to. Okay, so let's look at this one here. So this, oh fuck, God, I do that all the time. Okay, so this is the alternate. Okay, right. So you're 1 golden zone, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's come back here. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, so now I got to get back to the. Okay, hang on. Let me get you just out of the way. So it seems like you ended up in the same place I was going, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So, but here's the difference. He did all the work on the subdivision. Nicely done. Okay, so 1 golden zone, 2, right? And we know we just looked here. We got a 50, right? So you're all over this as a diag, right? It can't be any more perfect, right? So right to the 50 for the 4. Now, well, I might. Okay, so you're thinking 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, right? So what you're thinking for the diag, right? It's perfectly legit. Looks like we got a good start on that. So it's there, right? A, B, C, that works, right? Not much subdivision there. So the red is your alternate here. So let's hide that one. Okay, so here we're going to go 5. So we got 5, 3, 5, 3. Now you need 5 here. And there's the target in the geometry. Well, if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, it looks like that could fly nicely. Well, so the question is, right, do you want to be trying to buy it in here? I would say that's not a great place, right? You wanted to be buying down here. To be buying up here, what are you essentially doing? You're buying at the highs, at least of this swing structure. So I would not, this is me personally, right? I would never ever do that, right? And I say that, the reason I'm so emphatic about that is because I've done it so many times, I just never do it anymore. Many times I've been, let's see if it goes. Right, you do that enough times, and just like, how many times you can put your hand on the hot stove before you go, fuck, I'm never doing that again. I've hot stoved a lot of times. So I don't do it. It's a hard rule for me now. 3, 4, 5. So where's the trade? Well, is there a trade here? I'd tell you no, right? I wouldn't fuck around with it up here, right? It's too much risk of getting hammered. I'd wait for that thing to this is just me. I'd wait for that to complete, and then I'd sit quietly and wait for that, and just watch it. okay, come into my wheelhouse where I have high conviction as to what just happened here and where the potential is down here. So the opportunity to get long was here, probably here, right? But now once it's gone that far, that's when retail buys it. Oh, why? Because they think it's safe. Oh, it's safe now. I can buy it. Perfect. Right? It's gone up. It's gone so far from the last pivot that is literally what they think. Oh, look how far we've come from the last pivot. Probably safe to buy it now. And they buy right into it. It's exactly same, exact same thing happened right here. Oh, it's probably safe to buy it now. What happens, right? They just get completely destroyed, right? They're about to do the same thing here, right? We need retail, right? We need inexperienced traders to be on the other side of that, right? Because, right, if everybody knew better, right, never gets there, right? So I would anticipate that that's likely to happen again, right? And even if they do get through, right, where are you then? Let's say they get through. Well, now whether it could be this one. Oh, it's safe now. Oh, it's definitely safe now. Right, every one of those, right? And what are those, right? Demand supply zones, right? So you're going to have a little order block in there. You're going to have a little, I like to use the word supply zone. You're going to have a little supply zone there, and retail likely to buy into each one of them. Right, so if anything, I mean, if you're a scalper, right, those are great scalps, right? Right into the supply zone. Retail doesn't know it's there, right? They just think, oh, let's buy it. Breakout. IBM breakout, right? IBM breakout. Okay, right. Okay, I dwell on that enough. I got James M again. Oh, I get a wait. Oh, different ideas. Okay, so I got James M with different ideas on Bitcoin. So let's see. Right? Oh, he's James M.
Did you do this one already, or no?
Did I do which one?
Did you do this one already?
Which one? This one?
I think you already did James's because you.
Oh,
you
I see
came
what I'm
back
doing.
to-
I'm going. Yeah, I did do it right. You're
so
right.
now I think
I lost my
you're
place.
on
Okay.
Bros,
You're
Crypto Mountains.
You're absolutely right. Okay. This is why Bonnie Crypto has to be on to keep me up from getting lost or keeping my mic muted for the entire hour. Okay. So Crypto Mountains. I like Crypto Mountains. Crypto Mountains, right? You're running out of crypto stuff to attach your name to, right? Crypto Mountains. Why not? That works. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to save that. What are we looking at? Bros. Is this, I think we looked at this. This is, what the fuck is this? Like a coffee maker or something?
Yeah, I think it's Dutch Brothers.
Dutch Brothers. I knew
chain.
it was something to do with coffee. Oh, this looks like nice work here. Crypto Mountains. I do not like how long this is taking to kick off what I thought would have been a very deep third. Yeah, I agree with you, right? That looks ugly. That's not what you want. Well, I say that. I mean, okay, things could happen here, but in terms of if this is the 2, ooh, right? That's not what you wanted. Okay, so then you're thinking, oh, 1, 2 of the 3, definitely not what you wanted. So this is where you got to look at this and say, okay, are all of my assumptions about where this is going wrong? Okay, so then what's happening? What's happening here? Is this just a big consolidation? Which seems to be what he's kind of outlining for us. Okay, we're not making any progress here. We're going to test the lows. So we're just in a big, what did we run into? Right? There are no charts where this won't be a factor. None. At any time frame. That algo is always going to play a role somewhere. Throughout the whole thing, right? So they never turn it off. Looks like you got one right here. Right? So I'd want to see where did that kick in. Right, so there it is. Right, there's the target. Right, so we're going toward so we got first reaction, second. Right, both targets hit there. So this algo is having a field day in here. Right, look. Oh shit, we didn't break that. Yep, it's just wick. Right, so it's perfectly valid. All right, so there's to the 50. All that's done. So how would you count it now, Crypto Mountains? Right, so if the 1 2 1 2 1 2 is fading, and it looks like it's already broken. It looks like it has, right? So it has broken. So we know this can't be a 2. So that has to come off the board. This could still be a Y. Let's see here. What are we going going to do with this mess? Well, that's a fucker, right? So this one's already gone. You got nothing, right? There's no algo support here at all. Oh. Huh. Well, this wasn't much of a 5, was it? Right? I mean, is this what we're calling our impulse, right? My guess is he was looking for a diag, right? Because you wouldn't call that a 5. A, B, C. Well, so sometimes, right? So the other thing is, right? Sometimes the Elliott just hasn't really shown up yet. So do we have it here? Well, there's probably a good 5 here. Sometimes you got to pull back and say, is it here, right? Are the spirits here? It's like a haunted house, right? Are they here? Maybe not. Where's the target? Down here at the... Is that right? Is that your target right there? Yeah, it is. All right, so target's the prior lows. I wouldn't bet against that. Now, when you get down here, all right, so how would you frame this out in terms of where any maybe support would be? Now, remember, an algo target is not a signal to go the other direction. It's just where we anticipate a reaction to confirm, right? That's how we confirm what kind of reaction do we get down here. Is an algo taking profits? Well, there's not much to like here, really. Oh, what's your fuck? What would you do here? Well, just to simplify it, your best bet here is just do this, right? So here, not to. Well, when I do that, that doesn't fuck up theirs, does it, Monty? That doesn't change theirs, does it?
No.
Okay, right. So I would do it this way. A, B, C, right? I would just get rid of all of this. So when the Elliott is elusive, you're better to just pull back and say, okay, what's the broader swing structure here? If I'm even going to apply Elliott Wave here, and I'm not sure that it really is adding any value, right? It's the first question, is it helping me, right? Because if it's not helping you, get it fuck off, right? Until it shows up, right? It's right now, okay, maybe A, B, C, fuck, I don't know, maybe. All right, maybe. Then I would go, okay, well, so if I'm not using Elliott, right, let's just take all the Elliott off, right? So how can I deal with this? Well, of course, I'd just swing structure, right? So where is, that's a close below. So where's the strong high, right? Currently, we're going to have this will be the last high. We could just, of course, rather than do that, right? What's the easiest thing to do? Spend your $59 a month and have the Sonar Labs on there. We'll make it easy rather than try and go through all of this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe you're making a case there, but it doesn't look. It looks like this is what the swing structure is. This, right? And this is just part of the subdivision. So it looks like you're doing that. You probably got a 5 there. I don't think there's anything to do here, really. I think you're kind of waiting. Right now, if you're in it, you're committed now. You're a hodler. Pretty good volume here on this last sell-off. I wouldn't go near it, right, with any sort of a bullish buy. Or so the thinking would, I'm sure wouldn't be thinking sell, right? I mean, we probably all agree on that. So you're not thinking sell it. So the question is this an area to accumulate? Well, I wouldn't go near it until I got at least, this, right? Give me that. It's not even an impulse yet. You'd be able to be more conservative, wait for that. Otherwise, what are you trying to do? You're trying to pick the turn, right? Which is never a good idea, right? There's no reason to do it. Down here, maybe. Buying it at 37. Shit, wanted to hit the market. 32. Dutch Brothers, but they must sell. It can't be a U.S. brand, is it? They must sell in Canada or somewhere. I've never even seen it. So he must have some feel for it, right? So because he seems like maybe it's a coffee house that he goes to. I don't know them. Dutch
Headquartered in Grants Pass, Oregon.
No kidding. So it's
franchised throughout the United States.
Dutch Brothers. Have you ever seen one?
I think one, maybe.
Yeah, I never seen them, but maybe it's not down around us here in Texas. Well, you got earnings.
We have one in Waco.
They have one in Waco? Oh, you do? Okay, well, then you do. I've just never seen it. Dutch Brothers.
Austin has 3.
Oh, no kidding. God damn, I've never seen them. Well, that's an ugly looking stock, so you're just kind of stuck in this box here, right? From the algo target to the algo range. You get down here, I might consider nibbling, right? Their coffee better be good. I don't know. I'm kind of a coffee snob. Okay, right. I don't think there's anything to do here until this starts to show signs of legs, but it's too late to sell, too soon to buy, right? Which is pretty much you could say about a lot of the things we've looked at today. Okay, but thanks for bringing that, Crypto Mountains. My guess is here we'll look at this again here, maybe 90 days from now. That's going to look different. Okay, so I got KYTT now bringing me a Bitcoin chart. Okay, so he's just joined us, right? So he's figuring it out. Okay, so he needs help on how to do a shareable chart, but let's take a look at his Bitcoin chart. Oh, shit, something went wrong there. What did I do there? I'm trying to get copy image. So I don't have a... Where it's pinned in this channel, isn't it, Monty?
Yeah. If you hover over the chart and press your mouse wheel in, if yours does that, then it'll pop up, I believe.
Which will pop up?
Your mouse wheel, the actual link will pop up, I guess.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I have one. Oh, here I'll.
Or if you click on it and then it says Open Original.
Oh, if I click on Pin Messages. Huh. All right, I'll come back to that. I just meant for his sake, so the next time he posts, he gives me. What do I want? Copy image or copy link? I think I want copy link. Copy. No, I must want copy image. Copy image.
Here, hang on.
Oh, fuck, I can't get it. So everything I'm trying, I'm not getting his image. What the fuck? Come here. Copy link, copy image. Why can't I get that to open?
So
open
you'll
link?
want to do.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got
you can
it. Open link did it. Okay, so let me do that. Oh, fuck, it's hot. No, god damn it, it didn't do it. I got it on Opera. Let's see if I can try one more time. One more time here. We'll find, otherwise.
If you have it on Opera, just copy that URL there and move it over.
That's exactly what I'm doing right now. I just tried to do that. There we go. Hang on. God damn, it's hot in here. Hang on a second. All right, now we got it. Okay, so okay, this is. Okay, ABC, right? So that works. That works. You probably one extra layer here that you don't need. So if this is a 3, okay. So that's all right. He's new. So KYTT, so to go WXY here, you have an extra layer you don't actually need. So you could just as easily go ABC into a W, ABC into an X, and then if this is going to go right, if we're going to, well, maybe that's why he's doing it, because he thinks we're going to finish here. That could be why he's doing it. Sure. Okay. All right. So I guess it's a function of how you're. Oh fuck. Where are you? Here, how you're interpreting the. Oh shit! I gotta find one of mine. How you're interpreting this coming down. So what are we doing here? A, B, 1, 2. Jesus, still going. What did the Nasdaq do? Down 400, right? So that's why. Where's the bonds? The bonds have sort of stabilized here, but the NQ has not. Let me see. Excuse me while I just check over on my other screen. Okay, so he's trying to get this done with this, right? So you're trying to get it done here as an ABC. Okay. Well, I'm doing the same thing here as an ABC. Oh, pardon me. He's trying to do it here. He's trying to go ABC to get done. Well, I'm doing the same thing, just getting it a little bit differently. So he's going ABCW, ABCX, ABCY. Well, I said same difference, I guess. Comparing the two, he's trying to get an ABC to finish a WXY. Oh fuck! I'm trying to go, there's a 5, there's a 3, so WXY. Same difference, really. Right, so it's a good thought, right? It's a good work here, and you've got the, you're putting on 2, so that would be 200% the length of the third would be coming in here. That's a nice use of that. I think you're pulling from here to here. That's 100%. Got to be, right? Got to be 100 to 200. 100 to 200. All right, so that looks good. So that'd be coming in, well, this end of this month as the low. Jesus, I keep hitting the wrong one. That sure looks like we're in a 3 here. Now this will be telling, right? We come into the order or the demand zone here. Do we get a pop or not? If we're coming right through, at the very least, right? Everybody on the planet is going to have an alert on that right there, right? You should, right? If you don't, you should. What happens when we get to the low of the lows here? If we go through like butter, bad news. All right, we're definitely going this one. We're going to test it. Because there's nothing here. There's nothing on either. There's nothing to hold it. And this is the 38. We're going to go here. Well, it'll be interesting to see where we are tomorrow, right? How do we deal with this? So it's a good work here. Maybe a little more complicated than it need be. Well, what's the difference, right? So I've turned this into a 5. Well, he's getting around the fact that that's not I didn't want to turn that into a 5. So WXY, shit, it's the same difference. All right, that's good. The thing I like most here is the geometry and the timing factor here, right? So nicely done, KYTT. Good first post. Okay. With that break, maybe go over the ABC for CPT. Now the triangle. Okay, CPT, I think we probably got that. I think we've covered that as much as there is to say, right? Okay, when we get here, get an alert on it. What's the reaction? How does the market respond to this, right? At this point, if they don't get that, I'd be shocked, right? The only way they don't here is you're going to get a reaction here, and then it's got to be 4 or 5, and still. So there's your best case, right? So if we think about what could we hope here as a bull trying to get into a long here, would be we get a reaction, we get the 4, maybe we come up to something like this structure here, and then we come down here and we sweep the lows and then come back down, right? Run all the side. There's got to be, I can't even imagine how many stops are there, a shitload, which everybody on the planet knows. So well, I can tell you one thing, if they don't get those, something bullish is going to come, something wicked this way will come. All right, if they get them and they don't, and we just keep falling, something ugly this way comes. All right, I guess I finish up here with PKS Savenda. What do we got here, PK? Oh, Ripple. God, we haven't had a look here in a while. Ripple, come on, you're going to save the banking system. What happened? Every time I send a wire, $25. Okay. ABCW, I like that. ABC, wait a sec. Okay, so we're going to go WXY. So it's WXY. You're looking for 0.17. All right, let's pull out there a little bit. I don't see anything wrong with that. ABCW. This is pretty creative. Oh, you're giving me lines there. I hate those lines. Hang on. But I can see why you did that, so I could follow it. Okay, that's nice work here. Triangle 4, right? I got to call it something. Clearly a triangle 5. A, B, C. What works? You're hitting me again here. Oh, no, you just drew that. Okay, so A, B, C. That plays. A, B, C into the A, B, C. Oh, pretty sexy. Look what we got here, right? This is nicely done. A, B, C, D, E into the triangle X. Nice. A looks like it's completing. This takes some time with Elliott. You didn't know to look for this. W, X, Y. All right, that's pretty sexy. All right, now coming down for that. That's very well done. Let's see how technical we are in there. That's just out of curiosity. Let's try that one. Well, first, note this one. Right, swing high to here's the low, golden zone. Right, I mean, look how tiny, right? It's just enough to get in. Doesn't get target. Right, coming back, right? It's more common to do 50 and then the golden zone. Here we're doing golden zone and then the 50 twice. Where's the target, right? I would not bet against that getting its target. Hitting a target is not a buy signal. Looks like, well, you got a center line here. So is there a trade there? Well, the next trade is a short, right? If we're going to hit this, right, let's assume we do. If that comes in a 3, you got to sell that. Well, you don't got to do. I mean, you don't got to do anything, right? But just in terms of where would be the next opportunity. I'm trying to get that right there. Come down for the C. For the Y, you don't know if you're going to get 1 or 2 on the target there. Well, that's kind of interesting. Look where the algo target is coming in right at the 50, and then you're going to have, well, this obviously was important to the market. It was the prior resistance, and got through resistance, support. Now we're going to hold again. Boy, the technical side of it here is pretty good. So if you were anticipating, so where's the trade, right? If you were looking at making that trade, the trade is the B to the C of the B. Rather than, don't pick the turn. Don't try and pick the turn. Wait, right? Just like if you were waiting for a 3, right? If you're waiting for the C, remember purple belts can only trade 3s and Cs. So in that case, right, you can only take the C of the B. So you could actually take the C here and the C here and have two trades. Both, right, great risk reward on either one of these, right? This, right, so function of how far do we go here? Perfect. All right, technical, right in line with the geometry. We know the algo is very active here. I just showed it to you. See, this would be a little surprising if we were to pivot right in between the 50 and the golden zone, right? Might make you think second target down here, right? Then rather than just a random pivot out of nowhere. Right, there are no random pivots. So something like that. Oh, then what would you have there, right? I can't leave you without this. Get that on there. Original recipe. Right. Oh shit! Come here. Would you not have 80% odds here? Of course you would. So what would your risk reward look like, right? As kind of end up here on this idea, right? This is the name of the game. Well, let's use our second target there. It's 5 to 1. You don't need a bunch of leverage there. You don't need to do, give yourself some staying power here. Maybe 707. Shit, you could be pretty tight with that. Now it's not there yet. I'm just thinking ahead. Maybe 707 is as much as I'd give that. 6.62 to 1, right? Got a nice target here. You might take a partial, right, just to be mindful of, there's likely to be an algo reaction there. It might take 50, 60% off here and go for the full Monty right there. Ah, the full Monty. Okay. I think we covered everybody, didn't we?
Let me look.
We got to make a play off of that somehow, the full Monty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it looks like we did.
I think we got everybody, and we're on time. How about that? Look at that, exactly 1:30. Oh my God, we've never done.
I don't think it's ever happened.
That's the first time ever. All right, guys. Well, listen. I'm feeling the pain just like everybody else is, right? So I'm not, levered up anywhere. So I'm more just worried about you guys. So trade carefully here, right? Keep your eyes on the 10-year. Right, nothing is going to change until we get a base there. Right, just watch for it. Right, maybe just give the change of character. Right, doesn't even to the 4-hour. Right, something. Can we break that low, or pardon me, that high? Right, can we break this high? Can we break these supply zones here? Something is not going to turn until that happens. Right, the Nasdaq's got to be able to breathe. Right now it's just getting pummeled. Could we finish here? Well, there's a clear 4. Could we do it there? Well, that's well, fuck, unless it's the 2. Well, let's hope it's not the 2. Doesn't look like it would be, right? Here's the 2, 3. Oh, that fucker. Can we do that? Let's see. This wick takes this out of contention as the 1. So you... Damn it. It looks like... Well, shit. Let's label it here just before we go. 1, 2... Let's see. Can I do it that way? Hang on. Oh, fuck. I'm going to have to go down to the hourly. Let's see if we can get that done. So this becomes the 4 here. I think we get an overlap there, so that doesn't work as the 1. Oh, that's annoying. Isn't it? Right? So you'd have to think... Oh, it really doesn't look like a diag, but maybe you're going to have to do it that way. So this has to go over here. So this could go here. So this becomes your problem child here, right, with those wicks. That's annoying, right? I wish it was the same with Elliott Wave, right? If it didn't close above, right? Some people probably interpret it that way. But harsh, pure Elliottician, right? A wick is a wick, a break is a break. 1, 2, looks like 3, A, B, C into the 4. That's a pain in the ass. There is no workaround there. You could have maybe skated here, but not with that. Looks like you got 5 to finish it, though. Oh, that's a fucker. Right, so the downside of that is... Did we do it here? All right, is this something like that? Where we're done. There's the 2, and now we're starting down again. But I don't think so. Well, that's likely going to be a 50, right? So it could be. Not quite. Let's take it out of log if we don't have to. This is the low, so I can't say I like that. Well, I guess is that a double bottom? Yeah, it is. That's good price action, right? Equal lows. That's likely to come back and get tested. There's the change of character. I don't want to put the 4 there, but I may have to. Well, see, this looks like it's all done. Jesus, how can we get this done? Actually, it looks like ABC. I want to be done right here. I want to be done here. You can't do it. Well, fuck, even that overlaps. You're kind of cock-blocked here. Right, if the Elliott's not helping, right, you can create more paralysis of analysis. That looks like something that's complete. This is the correction of it. So you might have to, I probably have to spend some more time with this. Oh, maybe you're doing it here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might be able to do it that. One way or another, you're going to have to complete it here. This corrects it, and this finishes it. 1, 2. This looks like classic 4 kind of action there. All right, let's label it. Let's see if we can get this done here, because this is the key to the whole fucking market right now. You have to do that there? We might. Could that all be done there? Let's hope. I can't say I love it, but I'm kind of doing it on the fly. That would be one to spend. So if you guys want a little homework, work on the 10-year. We ain't coming out of this free fall until that finds a base. Let me give that a swing here after we get off, just to see if there's a better count from the top. But I will tell you this, right? So you want to look for these kind of moves here to be self-contained. And avoid this, right? I've just learned this from a lot of years of doing this. Trying to connect these two, right? Something completes here. This corrects it, right? So these are not attached. This is the correction of this. Right? So now we're doing, so maybe you got a zigzag here. Okay, guys, we'll probably wrap it up there now that I'm running long. Appreciate all the members that post for us, right? Without you guys, there is no live stream, so I appreciate you guys doing it. I mean, I suppose we could go back to the way other people do it, where one guy comes on and gives you all his thoughts. I want to get the thoughts of members and see how you're doing and what you're following and how your skills are progressing, right? Oh, shit, don't worry about me. So with that, we'll wrap it up. I guess we'll see what we get tomorrow. Maybe we'll try again. We get 6 or 7 charts. We'll go again for tomorrow, right? If you guys are into it, right? It's always just a matter of, how actively are you guys, looking, searching, finding stuff, running scans, whatever. I do have a new product kind of in the background that we're looking to partner with some guys. So that'll probably be next week when we can introduce that. We're just getting used to working with it. So we got a little sneak bonus coming on something I think you guys will like. So with that, I'll wrap up. Maybe we're back tomorrow if we get enough charts posted. So any of you guys that are not members watching here, keep an eye out for that.